Greetings my dears in love and light, I'm Nikki Sutton and this is the June Energy Ascension update for you. Now just quick, I'm really excited to tell you about the new course I've created. It's called the Inner Work for Ascension course, Discovering Your True Self. And you can read about it at nikkisutton.com and enroll if you like. So here is the June Ascension Energy update for you. Now the first theme that I've been observing is that time seems to be moving quicker for us. Many of us are feeling like time is moving quicker, and that might be because our perception of time is changing. As we make our ascension, our consciousness is ascending. Time may not hold the same meaning anymore. In the next stages of existence, time, we may be able to move around in it at will. So our perception of time could be changing as we make our ascension. So next on this June Ascension energy update for you is to expect the unexpected. So if you expect the unexpected, creation can be creative in manifesting for you anything at all. Things that you don't imagine that would be good for you. When you're using the law of attraction to attract abundance into your life, if we get too specific about what we're trying to attract, it closes the doors on things that we could attract into our existence that we can't even imagine yet. So if we expect the unexpected and just leave it open to creation, then creation can wave its magic wand and produce abundance for us that we couldn't have even imagined yet. Next on this Ascension Energy update for June is that many themes are being experienced by all of us. Now this is the idea of an energy update, it's discussing themes that we're experiencing, but really it seems to be magnifying at the moment that many things are happening to us collectively that are affecting us from the mass consciousness. So for example, you may be talking to a friend about something you've been thinking about or realizing recently, and they've said, wow, I've been going through the same thing. I've been realizing the same thing. That may have happened to you recently. I know it's happened to me and my partner Auntie a lot. So themes to do with learning and experience and realization seems to be happening to many of us all at once on our spiritual path. So next on this June Ascension Energy update is the touching. Have you been experiencing the touching? I know I have a little bit. This is where you experience a touching sensation, maybe on the hand or the shoulder. I know my partner Auntie has been experiencing it quite a bit. Now what could be touching us? Now I believe the veil is thinning between dimensions, and as well as us being able to see spirits, see orbs much more easily, more of us doing so, and hearing things too, it's coming as a touching sensation. Now, you could make an agreement with your guides, either in your mind or speak out loud, that perhaps if you get touched on the shoulder, it means one thing. If you get touched on the hand, it means another thing. Has that been happening to you recently? Leave me a comment in the comment section to let me and others know if you've been experiencing the touching. I know I haven't been touching my partner. He's just been experiencing it. It may be his spirit guides trying to communicate with him, but others have been experiencing it too. So let me know. Next on this Ascension Energy update is knowing, moving to understanding, moving to embodying. Now, many of us, as we move down our spiritual path, we learn new things and have new realizations. And it goes from knowing to understanding, deeply understanding certain concepts that we can work into our lives. And then it moves from understanding to embodying. So these concepts really sink down deep into our subconscious mind, and we really begin to walk the path. I mean, really. So integrating spiritual concepts into our everyday lives and our perceptions and the way we behave and everything. So for many people, I've observed, and we've observed, that knowing is moving to understanding, and really moving into embodying now, as we're really embodying spiritual concepts and making them integral into our existence. So next on this June Ascension energy update is growth not really being a smooth ride. So the pendulum swings, especially emotionally, and you may feel that you take 2 steps forward and maybe 1 step back on your spiritual path. You may feel fantastic and done lots of inner work, and you may be experiencing love, joy and peace. You might be working on your chakras, feeling really centered, doing lots of meditation, doing lots of grounding outside, eating healthy and all of this, feeling tip top. And then the next week, not feeling so great, and you're thinking, well, how can I get back to how I felt before, and why is this happening? But I want to tell you that it's not a smooth ride. It can feel like 2 steps forward and 1 step back sometimes. I want you to know that's normal and not to get disheartened. It happens to all of us, and I've been seeing it quite a bit at the moment. Next on this June Ascension energy update is the restructuring of old belief systems and perhaps questioning your beliefs. So you may have moved away from a religious sort of belief system, or you may have been an atheist or something like that, and now you're on the spiritual path, this modern type of spirituality. Or you may be practicing Hinduism or Buddhism or more New Age leaning, whatever it is. But you may be experiencing that you're questioning belief systems too, that you don't want to take on new dogmas. So you don't want to take on a rigid sort of New Age dogma either. The good thing about our modern spirituality is that we sort of pick and choose what we believe, whatever resonates with us. And oftentimes we find it resonates with everyone else as well. Maybe that points to it being truth. Who knows? And I always say, take what I say with a grain of salt and put together your own ideas and perceptions about reality. So we have certain perceptions and notions about reality, but we don't want to take on another rigid, dogmatic belief system. And many of us are feeling like we're transcending frameworks of belief, and we want to just be. Find peace, joy, happiness. Think about oneness and love, experiencing love, and we want to just be. And that the need for a rigid framework of belief is not so necessary anymore. Next on this Ascension energy update for June is realizing just how much we don't know. So we might have an awakening and learn lots of spiritual concepts and practices. We practice that astral projection, we're becoming a bit psychic, we're finding some inner peace and all of that. And we might feel like we know a lot. But many of us are getting to a point where we realise just how much we don't know. And the more we realise things, the more we realise how much we don't know. And that's okay. Sometimes we feel like if we go to a spiritual group or what have you, we might feel unconfident speaking in the group because maybe I don't know or have as much knowledge as the others in the group. But you know what? That really doesn't matter. We're all acceptable in our level of knowledge and understanding. But the key is realising how much we don't know. So it's okay not to know everything. And to just go along your path, experience the present moment. Happy in your experiences and in the now. So there are many layers to awakening. We can awaken to a whole load of ideas and truths, and it change our life and we start to embody it, but then we awaken to a whole load more stuff. And this happens throughout our lifetime. It's an ongoing process. So it's okay not to know everything right now. Next on this Ascension energy update for June is realizing that what will be will be. We're releasing resistance to outcomes and getting comfortable not knowing what will be. We don't mind whatever happens. Now we try to manifest ideal outcomes for us, but again, creation may have stuff in store for us that we can't imagine or can't try to manifest. So having trust in creation, having a high vibration, having trust in creation, you can be sure that all the best is coming to you, and just get comfortable not knowing what will be. Next on this Ascension energy update for June is that people are always saying that the energies are amping up at the moment. But I want to say that they really are. Look at the Schumann resonance here. You can see that it's really been peaking. It's going a bit mental at the moment. So you might find that you're feeling a bit disrupted. So you might not be feeling as psychic. You might have trouble connecting with your guides. You might be doing a card reading and finding that nothing's coming out right. You might be trying to create something, doing some writing. I know I've been having that recently and it's just not flowing. So if the electromagnetic energies of the earth are peaking, then it might be affecting you mentally. So just know that this is okay and that it's happening to many of us. Next on this Ascension energy update for June, now I mentioned this quite a bit, but it seems to be getting more and more every month, is that there's more orbs being seen, all different colours of orbs, especially big white ones. And I know me and my partner Auntie keep seeing these great big white orbs around us. We went to the spiritualist church where a medium gets up the front and reads the audience, and we were both read, and our friend as well. And we were seeing orbs all around the medium, seeing them much more than usual. And we've been seeing them at home as well. Now, I believe the veil is thinning between this reality and other dimensions, as I said about the touching as well. It's thinning and we can experience more. On the electromagnetic spectrum, what we see is just a small band which we call visible light. That's what we can see. And that's just talking about sight. Now, as we are making our ascension, I believe that we're seeing more and more. We're able to see other dimensions easier and able to see other beings easier. And this goes for seeing spirits too, and apparitions sometimes. So just to let you know, if you're seeing flashes of light, different coloured orbs around, even more, then this is happening to others as well. And lastly, on this Ascension energy update for June, is that many people on the spiritual path are having a hard time realising that they are protected. You may have come from a religious background, and if you have, you may have gone to church since you were young and had it sort of drummed into you about demons and negative entities, especially if you follow a different kind of spiritual path, that you're doing something demonic or attracting negative entities. You may also just generally worry about that because you've heard other people say about it, or it's just part of your beliefs. But many people on the spiritual path really need to realise that they are protected. If you have the attitude that you're protected in love and light, you're basically poisonous to any sort of negative entity that might come along. Why would they want to bother you if you're so positive? Your positivity might rub off on them, and that's the last thing they want. They don't want to become more positive and kind and happy. And they feed off fear. And if you're not a fearful person, or if you're at least in a high vibration or have the attitude that you're untouchable, then you are untouchable. So I urge you to have that belief. And the other point is that they create movies that are full of scary things, like horror movies where you're afraid of spirits, and they always make out aliens to be unfriendly and they're going to kill us all or something. And that produces very negative perceptions of these things. But if you're in a high vibration and you have the attitude that you are protected, please don't worry at all. Okay, so I hope you found this June Ascension energy update useful for you today, and please take a look at the new course I've created to help you to discover your true self, and it's available at nikkisutton.com. And don't forget to click subscribe if you're not already a subscriber to receive regular spiritual inspiration on your journey through life. Like and share also, because we're raising the mass vibration together. So go now in love and peace.